Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to do a comparison between the Christopher Ward C60 Trident Pro 600 38mm with the Steinhart Ocean One 39. Okay, before you guys start, disliking the video and commenting that these two comes at a very different price point, just hear me out here. Yes, the Christopher Ward might be retailing for about €754 excluding tax, whereas the Steinhart Ocean 139 is about €344 before tax. But these two, they are too close to me in my opinion. So that is why I wanted to do a review or a comparison of these two pieces. And most of the time, the Christopher Ward will come with discount voucher, so sometimes you might be able to get a good deal out of it. So I hope that with that explanation done, we can move ahead with the comparison. Let's start with the overall comparison. First up, we're going to compare the overall design. So let's take a look at the Steinhart Ocean 139. So this piece is actually an homage to the Rolex Submariner. So everything here, the design cue is actually based on the Sabi. And if you look at the dial, the magnifier, the hands, everything is based on the Submariner. So there is not a lot of originality here if to compare to this Christopher Ward Trident. This Christopher Ward Trident, to me, it's an original design. It's not an homage based on anything. Of course, one can argue that all diving watch or dive watches, they are based, out of a Submariner, Rolex Submariner, or even the Blancpain 55 Fathom. But I wouldn't go that far to say that, it's an homage. But if you look at it, everything, it's quite original and unique. I don't think that there's any other watchmaker that uses the Trident as the counterbalance for the second hand. And if you to look at the hour hand, let me just move it around. So the hour hand has a droplet-like design. So I think this is quite original, because I don't see such kind of design on other watches in the market. And if you to look at the dial, texturing on the dial is just amazing. So here for the overall design, I'm just gonna give it to Christopher Ward here. I'll just put a tick. Right, next up is the quality. Maybe I would say perception of the quality. The Steinhart is a very well-built watch. You can feel that it's a precision engineered piece. But I'm gonna minus some points here for my Steinhart, because if you watch my earlier video on this piece, the backlash or the back play on the bezel, it's a lot. You see, it's really, it gives me the impression that there is something wrong with this, and I don't know. But this could be just a lemon. But yes, I have to really take out some points for that part. Other than that, the overall finishing is actually the quality, the perception, everything is a solid piece. When you hold it in your wrist and your hand, you can feel that it's a solid engineered piece. The same goes for the Christopher Ward C60 Trident. When you hold it in your hand, with the heft and everything, you feel that it is a very high quality piece. Overall, you feel that it is very nicely built. So here, by right, both of them are neck to neck in terms of the perception of quality, but somehow I have to deduct some points for the Steinhart because of the backplay in the bezel. So here, I'm going to give a tick again to the Christopher Ward. Next, it's the build and finishing. So here, as I mentioned just now in the quality section, if you hold it and you have to look at all the details and the fine details of the two pieces, both of them are very well built, and the finishing on these two, they are actually very, very nice. There's nothing to complain about, at this kind of a range. I mean, if you look at the Steinhart, the markers are all nicely applied, and the hands, if you can see, there is basically they are very clean and there are no burrs or sharp edges, you know. They are very nicely built. And then if you look at the Trident on the second hand, the counterbalance side, you can see that it has a rounded chamfer edges all around. It's unlike those lower price watches that where they just stamped out the hands, you know, from sheet metal. Sometimes you can see some burrs or sharp edges, but this one is really very nicely finished here. So in terms of build and quality, I'm gonna build and finishing, excuse me, I'm gonna give them, both of them, a check mark. Oops, I didn't show that. Okay, so next will be the movement. So let's talk about the movement in this piece. On earlier Christopher Ward model, you might be able to find an ETA 2824 in it, but since the Swatch Group is tightening the distribution of the ETA movement, especially among non-Swatch group companies, so this piece here is powered by the Sellita SW200. The Sellita movement is actually not bad. It's a clone of the ETA 2824, and then if you know the history, they used to be a subcontractor of the ETA. Then when the patent for the movement, you know, lapsed, so Sellita started off building their own version of ETA 2824, which they call the SW200. So it's nothing really bad here. On the Steinhart, it's still powered by the ETA 2824-2, but this piece here, the movement is of a better grade. It's an elaborate grade. So of course, as I mentioned in my video for this piece, there is a standard elaborate top and COSC grade for ETA movement in general. So this one, it's a slightly better movement, whereby the movement is calibrated in 3 position, if I remember correctly. So here I'm gonna give the edge to this Steinhart because it has an elaborate grade movement, whereas the Trident only has a standard movement. Okay, last would be the bracelet. The bracelet on the Steinhart Ocean 139 is actually very nice. It has a very nice taper to it. So here is 22 and then it tapers down to, I think it's 16 millimeters. It's a fold over deployant clasp. Okay, mule clasp, but there is no dive extension, but there is this quick micro adjustment, and the links are held in together by screws. Let me try to show. Okay, it's here. See, let me just focus. Okay, you can see the screws there. So they are held in by screws and they are well made and very solid. And one good thing about the bracelet here is that the mid links on the end link, it's a separate piece. So, you know, you can see it can fold down, right? This is something very, very nice. The Christopher Ward might look good as well, but if you look at it, the center links, the mid links, they are highly polished. So the first disadvantage I can think of here is, you know, they will get quite beat up, you know, if you wear it every day, because all those micro scratches and, you know, fine scratches, they will appear very obvious on the center links. And of course, another points to minus is that the links on this are held together only by pin and collar. So they are using a pin and collar system. There is a big collar in the middle mid link, and the pin just goes through it. With that, the pin can be pushed out in any direction. There is no, like, you know, special direction for you to push out the pin. But where this bracelet shines is when you open it up. Of course, it comes with a push button deployant. It's a mule clasp. But the winning point here is that it has a glide lock. It's quite hard for me to do it with the glove. You can see the lever here. So I need to pull it down so I can, you see, I can just expand. I can just extend the bracelet out. And let's say if I if I were to push them back, you know, I just simply push. See? So there are altogether 4 clicks here. You can look at my unboxing video or the review video where I show this, but I'm just gonna show it again because I like this very much. So you can see there's 1 click, 2 click, 3 click, 4 clicks. So this will serve as a dive extension as well as micro adjustment. Let's say if your wrist swells up during the hot weather, you can just pull this and just adjust to extend it a bit without any tools. But as you can see here, the mid links are already scratched up. You see, you can see that it's obvious. It's already quite scratched up. So that is why I'm saying that this bracelet is good, but I really just feel that the polished mid links, they should do it away with a fully brushed mid links. Or let's say if they really want to have something blingy or something shiny, they can just do two lines of polished lines all along the bracelet on some certain pieces. Alright, so here with that, I'm gonna give both of them a check mark because both of them has their own merits. Like for example, the Steinhart, it has screw links, and then all the links are brushed, so it's more robust. But for this, even though it's a pin and collar, but the buckle, the clasp here is certainly a win, a major plus for watches at this price point. So Christopher Ward has 4 check marks and Steinhart has 3. So I'm gonna give the win to Christopher Ward here. But okay, as some of you might argue, yes, obviously because it's of a higher price point. Yeah, maybe. So that's it for this video. So I hope that you won't dislike this video because we have different opinion here. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It does help me a lot. And please don't forget to follow me on my Instagram at gfw_watch for more watch related content. That's it for this video, guys. See you. Bye bye.